Hello everyone and welcome to Bizarre Movies. Today we will recap a mystery thriller movie, in which a husband allows his wife to hug other men because he wants to save his family. But before we start, a gentle reminder, that this is just a movie explanation and we encourage you to watch the full movie. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. The movie starts with a man named Vic. He is cycling and going back to his home through the woods. When he reaches his home, he sees his wife Melinda sitting on the stairs and staring at him. He asks her what happened, she says nothing and then goes upstairs. In the next scene, we learn that they have a lovely daughter named Trixie. She is singing her favorite song and her mother yelling at her. A babysitter comes to their house, because the couple is going to a party in the evening. Melinda calls Vic to her room and asks him to choose a dress for her. Later on, she asks him to grab her black shoes, and he follows her orders happily. Then Melinda tells Vic that she loves him very much. Soon after, the couple leaves for the party, leaving their daughter with the babysitter. Melinda and Vic meet their friends at the party. Suddenly, Melinda sees her old friend and lover Joel, and she starts talking to him. Vic notices what she is doing but he remains silent. After a while, Melinda takes Joel outside into a private space, and she immediately begins kissing him. Vic is aware of what is going on, but all he can do is watch as she goes about doing her thing. Even though she notices Vic watching her, she continues to enjoy her fantasies. Vic's friend Mary approaches him later, and expresses her concerns about Joel and Melinda's relationship. Vic on the other hand, tells her that he doesn't care about the situation and what she does, because he still loves Melinda for who she is. After enjoying the kissing outside, Melinda starts dancing on top of a piano to get everyone's attention. She then begins playing the piano, impressing everyone. Despite her strange behavior, Vic smiles at her as if nothing has happened. Soon after, Joel approaches Vic, and expresses his gratitude for letting him spend time with Melinda. Vic asks him to remember a man named Martin McRae, who has recently gone missing. Vic tells him that he was also Melinda's previous lover. Vic indicates he is the one who caused his disappearance. Joel thinks it's a joke, but Vic assures him that if he keeps doing it, it will become obvious. Joel gets scared by Vic's open threat, and he leaves the party without saying goodbye to Melinda. Melinda is offended by Vic's actions toward her friend. She inquired if he had said anything to Joel. Vic denies her allegations, and the couple returns home. At home, while the babysitter is still present, Melinda removes her top and begins to walk around the house naked. Vic asks Melinda to go inside her room. Soon after, Vic approaches Melinda and assists her in taking off her clothes. Here we learn that they have a mutual understanding, that allows Melinda to love and hug whoever she wants. In exchange, she will not divorce Vic, and must stay with him because Vic is concerned about his family. A few days later, Vic meets with his friends, and discovers that everyone is aware of the threat he made to Joel, by telling a joke about Martin McRae's disappearance. They also tell him that Melinda is a sick woman, and that he should divorce her, because she does all these things in front of Vic. Back at home, Melinda finds out about it and tells Vic to apologize to Joel. After that, she invites him to dinner. In the evening, Joel knocks on the door and is greeted by Vic. He asks nervously if Melinda is home, to which Vic responds that she isn't. Vic then tells him that he is joking and invites him inside. Later at the table, Vic prepares a grilled cheese sandwich for Joel, while Melinda begins eating it in a way that seems to be intended to irritate his husband. She then orders Vic to put her daughter to bed, and read her bedtime stories. In the night, Vic sees Melinda and Joel hugging each other, but he still remains silent on his wife's behavior. One day, the couple goes to a party, and there they meet writer Don Wilson and his beautiful wife Kelly. As a joke, Don refers to him as a murderer and makes Martin McRae jokes. After seeing Trixie and Melinda dancing, Vic asks Kelly to dance. After she agrees, they begin dancing. Melinda becomes jealous, and she continues to watch Vic dance with Kelly. Melinda asks Vic on the way home, if he thinks Kelly is more attractive than her, and if he wants to hug her. Vic admits, that yes she is very attractive, and hugging wasn't the first that crossed his mind. Melinda gets a little angry with his answer, then she attempts to prove herself better than Kelly by kissing Vic's hot dog. Then she asks him if Kelly can eat the way she eats his hot dog. When they get home, Vic then hugs her all night after a long time. The next day, Vic and Melinda are watching their daughter play. His bank contacts him with account information for Melinda. He discovers that she sent a $3,000 check to a pianist. Vic then begins to delve deeper into this person's background. Vic finds Charlie and pays him a personal visit after conducting some research. Melinda unexpectedly arrives at the restaurant, smiling and conversing with Charlie. Melinda does not return home one night and spends the night with Charlie. When Melinda returns home the next morning, Vic greets her and inquires as to where she has been. She appears to be drunk. He approaches Melinda and begs her to stop seeing Charlie for the sake of Trixie, their daughter. Melinda refuses, telling Vic that Trixie was entirely his decision. She also tells Vic about her night with Charlie and how he satisfies her. Next week, they go to a party at their friend's house. Melinda goes to greet Charlie, who has been unexpectedly invited to the party by her. She brings Charlie to meet Vic. Later, while everyone is in the pool, Vic becomes envious of Melinda as she gets closer to Charlie. Suddenly, it begins to rain, and everyone rushes inside. They start to enjoy the party once again. Charlie is nowhere to be found, so Melinda tries to find him. She screams when she sees him dead inside the pool. When they see this, everyone rushes outside to try to save him from the pool and revive him, but nothing works. Melinda accuses Vic of drowning Charlie after the police arrive, and the police immediately begin questioning everyone present. Vic denies it, so an officer takes him into a room and interrogates him. Satisfied with Vic's detailed statement that Charlie was drunk and clinging to the pool, the officers leave. Vic then asks Melinda if she is afraid of him, but she claims she is not afraid because he killed Charlie because of her. One day, Vic is riding his bicycle. He sees Melinda and another guy together, and he also sees the flashes and him taking his life. He becomes upset, because he is getting mentally unstable day by day because of his wife. The next day, while riding his mountain bike home, Vic notices that a car is following him. One day, while Vic is at Trixie's school, he meets Kelly, and she tells him that Don still believes he killed Charlie, and that he is making strange theories with Melinda. Later, he extends an invitation to Don and Kelly for dinner. Soon after, Vic calls Don to his basement, and requests him to stop telling people that he murdered Charlie. Don, who still believes Vic murdered Charlie, demands that Vic take a lie detector test, and Vic agrees. After a few days, Vic can be seen walking casually in the market, where he notices the same car that was following him. He then looks around and notices Melinda chatting with an unknown person. He interrupts her conversation, and the stranger introduces himself as David, a psychiatrist. Vic realizes that Melinda and Don have hired David as a private investigator to keep an eye on him. Soon after, Vic arrives at Don's house, and claims that Don hired a private investigator to spy on him. Don denies his allegations, and this creates an argument between Kelly and Don. The next day, Vic sees Melinda exploring the city with another man on his way home. The man is Melinda's ex-boyfriend from college named Tony. One day, Melinda invites Tony to dinner, and she tells Vic that Tony is the first American boy she has hugged. Vic is upset when he hears this, but he maintains a straight face and is friendly with Tony. After some time, Vic encounters them going upstairs to his bedroom. He notices her doing her usual things, and they both notice each other. After a few days, Vic meets Tony and forces him to sit in his Jeep, and informs him that Melinda wants to meet him. He takes him to a location that is very quiet and far from the city. He keeps questioning him about Melinda and his dating history. After reaching deep in the forest, Vic stops his Jeep. Tony asks him what is going on, and he throws a stone at Tony, striking him in the forehead. Before Tony realizes what is happening, Vic strikes him again with a large stone, causing him to fall off the cliff. After Tony passes away, Vic drags his body into the river and sinks it by attaching some stones to it, but not before taking out Tony's wallet. The following day, Melinda suggests to Vic that they go on a picnic with Trixie at their hiking location, and Vic accepts. The picnic takes place at the same location where Vic got rid of Tony. Later, he notices the body floating on top of the river. While returning home, Melinda informs Vic that she left her scarf at the picnic location. To which Vic responds that he will retrieve it first thing in the morning. He discovers at night that she is conversing with Kelly's husband Don. That night, she tells him she loves him and asks him to sleep in her room. The next day, he returns to the same location to correct his mistake. Melinda is searching for Vic, and she discovers Tony's wallet inside Vic's workplace. Vic is attempting to push Tony's body into the water when Don appears. Don inquires as to what he is doing in the river. Vic attempts to avoid the conversation by making excuses, but Don notices Tony's floating arm. Don rushes into his car and informs Vic that he is going to jail. Vic rides his mountain bike after Don but is unable to catch up with him. Vic then takes a shortcut and falls in front of Don's car, causing him to take a sharp turn and crash into the river, killing him instantly. Vic returns home in the final scene. Melinda is waiting for him on the staircase, as she did at the beginning of the film. He asks her what happened, She says nothing and then goes upstairs. Melinda burns Tony's wallet at the end of the film, indicating that she is staying with Vic and Trixie. To know the movie's name, check the pinned comment right now. If you like the story, then do watch the full film, and if you want to watch more such amazing recaps, then do subscribe to our channel and enable bell notifications to receive the latest regular updates. See you in the next recap.